One entitled decision cost my sister-in-law over $1,000. The garage was silent, save for the faint hum of the dedicated dry-aging refrigerator in the corner. It was Saturday, February 7th. 1 week until the Super Bowl. For 45 days, that fridge had been my sanctuary, a climate-controlled vault guarding the most precious object I have ever owned, a 15-pound, A5 Japanese Wagyu brisket. I had imported it. I had massaged it. I had monitored the humidity levels with the obsessiveness of a NICU nurse. It was going to be the centerpiece of the party, a culinary masterpiece that would make grown men weep. I walked over to the fridge to check the pellicle, the hard outer crust that forms during aging. I reached for the handle. It felt light, too light. I pulled the door open. The air inside was cold, crisp, and sterile. The wire rack, usually groaning under the weight of the marbled beef, was empty. Not just empty, clean, wiped down. My heart stopped. I mean, it physically skipped a beat and then restarted with a violent thud against my ribs. I blinked, thinking maybe I was hallucinating from lack of caffeine. I looked at the bottom shelf. Sitting there, in a Tupperware container that looked like it had been through a war, was a gray, lumpy, gelatinous mass. Seitan. Wheat gluten. The meat of the damned. Hey, looking for something? The voice came from the doorway leading into the kitchen. It was cheerful, chirpy. It was the voice of someone who believed they had just done a good deed. It was Sarah, my sister-in-law. Sarah is a vegan. Not a quiet vegan who eats salad and lets you live your life. She is a militant, evangelical vegan who refers to milk as cow pus and thinks honey is slavery. She had come over early to help my wife, Emily, clean the house for the party next week. I turned slowly. My hands were shaking. Sarah, I whispered. Where is the brisket? The what? She walked into the garage, wiping her hands on a rag. She was wearing my apron. Oh, that big, rotting hunk of flesh. I tossed it. The world tilted on its axis. You tossed it. Yeah. She beamed, leaning against the workbench. I opened the fridge to put my kombucha in, and the smell, ugh. It was all crusty and black on the outside, clearly spoiled. Honestly, Mark, you shouldn't keep meat that long. It's a health hazard. I did you a favor. A favor, I repeated. I felt the heat rising in my neck, a prickly, radioactive sensation that started at my collarbone and crawled up behind my ears. Sarah, that wasn't rot. That was pellicle. It was dry aging. That piece of meat cost $600. $600. She laughed. It was a dismissive, airy sound. For dead animal. That's obscene. Well, consider it a lesson. Meat is poison anyway. Look, she pointed to the gray lump in the fridge. I made you guys some seitan. It's high protein, cruelty-free, and it takes barbecue sauce really well. Nobody will even know the difference on game day. I'm going to marinate it in liquid smoke. Liquid smoke, I said. My voice was dangerously low. Yes, it's going to be so much healthier. You'll thank me later when your arteries aren't clogged. I looked at her. I looked at the smug satisfaction on her face. She truly believed she had saved me. She believed she had performed an act of heroism by throwing my property into the garbage. Where is it? I asked. Where is the meat? The dumpster. She pointed to the alley. But don't bother. I poured bleach on it so the raccoons wouldn't get sick. You know, animals have rights too. Bleach. She had poured bleach on A5 Wagyu. I closed the fridge door. I didn't slam it. I closed it with a gentle, terrifying finality. Get out, I said. Excuse me. Sarah's smile faltered. Get out of my garage. Get out of my house. Mark, you're overreacting, she huffed, crossing her arms. It was spoiled. I saved you from food poisoning. And honestly, you shouldn't be eating that garbage anyway. The environmental impact alone. I don't care about the environment right now, Sarah, I shouted, my voice finally breaking the dam. I care about the $600 you just threw in the trash. I care about the 45 days of work. Get out. Emily, Sarah yelled, turning toward the house. Your husband is abusing me. What happens next isn't just a legal battle. It is the systematic dismantling of a person who thinks their moral superiority grants them immunity from the law. Soon she's going to be paying for the lesson that you don't touch another man's brisket. Kindly follow on screen instructions to watch full story.